Hello everybody, my name is Hako and welcome into my channel. Today I want to discuss the first patch of the year for DBD or Dead by Daylight. And after reading through the patch notes, I gotta say they could have done a whole lot worse. And I could have not put my finger in my coffee. Here we are. And that is high praise come from me to behavior. The track record is a little bit So, as you might be guessing by like the overlay, the TV, the audios, there are some exciting changes coming to Sadako. Again, this is the third major overhaul of her in half a year's time? Yeah, I think it's like around half a year's time. Kind of precisely. And I'm adding in one extra because their first set of changes for the PTB got changed quite drastically before she hit live servers. Enough to, well, make them decide that it was in their like immediate urgency to give her another like overhaul, whatever you call it. And hey, I'm gonna be straight with you. I'd rather they got it wrong. Sorry. I'd rather they got it right the first time. Maybe third time is literally the charm. We'll see. So, let's take a little bit of a look on the patch notes together. Let's see if I can find which scene I have this on. Yes, here we go. And I'm gonna need my glasses for this. Damn it, where's my good pair? Well, they're gone. So, first set of changes are changes coming to the generators. Yeah, you can see all of this catching. Yes, good. Maybe I can even zoom in a little bit. So, generators. Kicking things off, no pun intended, we have a few updates to generators. More specifically, these changes target how generators are damaged by the killer and the regression can be stopped by survivors. The goal with this update is to bring an end to excessively long matches, free gen scenarios in particular. So they've been like really like bumping out changes to stop free gens from happening. They reworked the entirety of Skull Merchant to stop it. They've taken away almost every like strong regression perk. Now they're doing even more changes to it, and I don't necessarily think it's bad because I don't think anybody's having fun in these like never-ending matches. And yeah, like if they are de-incentivized, they will happen less, and like even the killer doing it will have a much more fun game if they can focus on the fun part of DBD, which is chases and mind games and looping, anti-looping, all of that good jazz. So, basically, going forward, each generator can only suffer from a maximum of 8 regression events. The regression event is anytime the killer or their perks remove at least 2.5% of the generator's progress in an instant. Kicking, pain res, surge, jolt, same thing. Basically, any perk that just chunks off a generator can only happen 8 times on a gen. And as you might be able to guess, like this... Yeah, this will... The only killers affected by this are like the really hard campy free gen ones that like do nothing but kick gens the entirety of the match. I'd say for 98% of the killer players, this effect won't even matter. Like, for them, this is a good change. Because they're also increasing how much of a gen's progress gets deleted when you kick it. So it used to be a kick on its own used to be nothing, and then it starts regressing. Then they added it in so it takes 2.5% off a gen's progress. Now, kicking a gen takes away 5% of that gen's progression. And like, that is nothing to scoff at, because then you compare this together with other perks. Pop, for example. So, kicking will be more worthwhile. It will take a bigger chunk. Only caveat, you can only do it 8 times. Like, right hand to God, how many times have you had to kick a gen 8 times or more during the last year? If your answer is happening on several occasions, then you need help. Professional help. Or maybe you're even beyond saving. No, my point stands, this won't really affect anybody that doesn't, I don't know, that isn't on a suicide watch. It's like, Jesus Christ. 8 times. That's still a lot. They could have taken this number down and it would still have been fine. And this will help ensure that the killer always gets some value from kicking generator and encourage survivors to think twice before attempting to stop the regression. Alright, also. Gen tapping is no longer going to be a thing. The survivors, in order to force a generator to stop progressing, a survivor must repair at least 5% of the total generator's repair speed or progress, which means that just tapping it won't be enough. They actually must commit a few seconds to repairing it. They're running in a FOV slider. I don't really know what to say about that. I guess it's nice. Is Shadow permanently locked into one of your perk slots? Well, that's about to change thanks to new first-person field of view slider. Starting with this update, killers in first person will be able to adjust their FOV to something they're more comfortable with, ranging from 87 degrees to 103 degrees. Perks which alter your FOV, Shadow Monitor abuse will need to be adjusted. We'll cover exactly how those perks are changing later in this post. Yeah. So, here comes the changes I'm like mostly invested in, because I'm a Sadako main myself. I should probably have started the video by saying that. I'm a Sadako / Pyramid Head main. I was very concerned when they did the Sadako remake half a year ago. I did several videos addressing what I think were the issues. She did become stronger, but her skill ceiling collapsed and she got too strong and too unfun to go against. I'm happy that now we're getting a mix between new Sadako and old Sadako. And I've yet to try her out, but because the PTB isn't live yet. But yeah, I'm hoping it will be fun. A few months ago, we released a major update to the Onryo. Though some players were pleased with the changes, many long-time Onryo mains felt that her gameplay had changed too much from the killer they once loved. Yes. In this update, we want to revisit Sadako once more to find a middle ground which better appeals to all her players, old and new. In the last update, Condemned would spread to all survivors who were not holding a tape whenever Sadako projected to a TV. This allowed her to spread her curse more often, but many felt that this favored teleporting as soon as possible rather than strategically during a chase. 100%, yes. We have a few changes in mind to restore this gameplay while keeping Condemned more prominent. 1. When the Onryo teleports, survivors within 16 meters from powered TV will receive a stack on Condemned. This is just like Sadako. Just like old Sadako. 16 meter, any TV you pop out of, 1 stack of Condemned. The teleport cooldown has been removed, allowing her to teleport more frequently. Good. She felt so insanely sluggish after the big update to her. Not being able to teleport where you want, you did one like bad teleport and you're on the other side of the map and has to wait what feels like an eternity to pop on TV. Here comes a very interesting one. See if I can target it with my mouse. Boom. And I had a little bit of trouble like understanding what this meant first. But I come to terms with it. When a survivor is hooked, their current condemned progress becomes locked in, preventing it from being removed. At first I was like, they can't, like, they've never been able to remove the condemned on hook anyway. Then I'm like, wait a minute. Do they actually mean that when you, like, if you get hooked at 4 stacks of condemned, you can never reduce your stacks below 4 stacks anymore? And that seems to be what this says. Which is interesting. So even if that survivor gets unhooked, he has a tape in his hand, he runs to a TV, put the tapes in, he will not decrease a single stack on condemn because his condemn is locked in. Interesting. Like, it's a bold move. And just like it says under, this will make it very risky for survivors to ignore Sadako's curse. Survivors will want to shut off nearby TVs and deposit their tapes before it's too late. Speaking of tapes. So, as of how tapes works right now, you carry a tape. If Sadako hits you while you're carrying that tape, you gain 2 stacks of condemned. The tape gets destroyed. That is all gone. We've also reviewed the way cursed tapes works to bring back some of their fondly remembered behavior. Cursed tapes no longer protect survivors from gaining condemned. Used to be if you were carrying a tape, you didn't get a stack. Cursed tapes are no longer destroyed or inflict condemned when a survivor is hit. So there is no way to make a survivor drop their tape anymore. They can't drop their tape. Cursed tapes can only be deposited in the furthest TV from where they are picked up. So, this is an eerie add-on for her at the moment. They're making that base kit, but they're also removing like any condemned build-up caused by the tapes. This change is interesting because one, it forces the survivors to move. Imagine you're in like one corner of Ormond, you turn off that TV. In order to turn off more TVs and get rid of a condemned, you must get all the freaking way to the other side. And a lot can happen during that journey. Hopefully this gets players to like move around a little bit, and since Sadako is a stealth killer, you might get some unexpected run-ins with survivors that wouldn't happen. It's an interesting one. Like, it's almost too much like drastic changes to how you play against her and like how you play her. I need to feel these changes in person to like be able to say if they're good or bad. On one hand, I can imagine survivors not finding it super fun to have to like run across the map as much as they do, or as much as they will have to do, but I'm sure survivors right now doesn't enjoy being condemned to death either. This will once again force the survivors to spend some time crossing the map in order to delay the curse. It will. Demanifested. So Sadako's state where she is not manifested, she doesn't have physical form, she can't do basic attacks, she can't get stunned by pallets. The previous update meant so that Onryo couldn't start a chase while demanifested. This had a side effect of making it very obvious when she demanifested in the middle of a chase, allowing survivors to anticipate and play around it. The Onryo can now chase survivors while demanifested. So I'm guessing this means that bloodlust will build and all of that good shit. Even when she's demanifested. I find this to be good. I guess the negative side of this is you could stack play with your food very easily with how Sadako is before this update. I'm not sure how many people ran that. I wasn't a big fan of it, but you could stack it very freaking fast. And also, additionally, many pointed out that one of the Onryo's changed add-ons, Rego's Watch, was very fun to use. Rather than add the effect back into the add-on, we instead incorporate it into her base kit to make the add-on feel less essential. And it says like this: the invisibility duration while demanifested has been increased to 1.2 seconds. Was 1 second. So, if you didn't know, while Sarko is demanifested, she flickers in and out. Like a vision. She disappears for a second, then she comes back a second. They're increasing that time a little bit, where she's invisible. And I'm hoping it's to give her some like more power in loops. And it's gonna be very fun to like try this out. And I wonder what they'll do with Reiko's watch. With all of these changes in mind, we reviewed a handful of onerous add-ons which either no longer have a purpose or promote the strongly disliked playstyles. I wonder which those are. Please don't touch my ring drawing. The Hillbilly. Uh-oh, watch out, survivors. Looks like someone unwrapped a brand new chainsaw. It's the Hillbilly's turn for an update. Overdrive. The controversial heat mechanic is no more. Overdrive is a new talk of the town. As the Billy uses his chainsaw, it will generate heat just like before. When the heat meter is full, not only will he continue being able to use it, but his chainsaw will kick into overdrive and gain the following effects for the next 20 seconds. Chainsaw charge speed is increased by 5 seconds, his chainsaw sprint movement speed increases to 13 meters per second, chainsaw sprint cooldowns are reduced by 10%. The short version, heat is good now. I like that, heat is good now, people. Cleaning up, at the same time we made some general improvements to Hillbilly's kit and smoothed out some of the rougher edges. The base chainsaw sprint movement speed has been increased by 10%. Reduced the size of chainsaw's collision detection to make chainsaw sprints more maneuverable in maps with high density tiles. Camera sensitivity is no longer incorrectly tied to the controller sensitivity setting while using a mouse and keyboard. Chainsaw controls are now equal to 100% sensitivity of before. I don't play Billy enough. I'm like guessing that this is good stuff. And I hope Billy mains are happy. Lastly, but certainly not least, we have done a pass on the Hillbillies add-ons with these changes in mind. This blog post is long enough as it is, so keep an eye on the patch notes when the public test build goes live for more details. The Blight add-ons. Next up, we have a change in store for a handful of Blight add-ons. Blighted Rat and Blighted Crow. These add-ons are fairly strong, making it for more difficulty to get out of the way for his rush in time. We have reduced the rush speed bonus of these add-ons to 2% and 3% respectively. It was 4% and 6%. Adrenaline Vial. This add-on has a lot going on, making jack of all trades. To simply it and bring it closer in line with other options, we are removing the following effects. No longer decreases time to recharge a rush token by 1 second, no longer increases rush speed by 10%. The add-on now does the following. These effects are unchanged. Increases maximum rush tokens by 2, rush angle by 20 degrees, decreases rush turn rate by 55%. Alchemist Ring. The one you probably aren't surprised to see on this list. Restoring rush tokens on hit is incredibly powerful. So we reworked this add-on entirely. Increases rush duration by 20% for each consecutive rush. Alright. Compound 33. Reducing a survivor's movement speed acts very similar to increasing the Blight's rush speed. We decided that the best course of action is to give this add-on a new effect. Each consecutive rush, which is longer than 4 meters, increases turn rate by 33%. So I'm guessing pairing Alchemist Ring and Compound 33 might be an interesting combo. Iridescent Blight Tag. This add-on can also be extremely powerful in the right hand. It also promotes an awkward gameplay of repeatedly slamming into a wall to take advantage of the effect of the last rush. We've given this add-on a brand new effect as well. Enables rush to be performed without spending tokens. What? Rush bonuses are capped after 3 consecutive rushes. Blighted Corruption goes on cooldown for 20 seconds after a successful lethal rush attack. I guess these are good changes. Maybe it brings down like the power of a fully decked out Blight add-on wise a little bit. Good changes. Good changes so far, I'd say. Perk updates. Next up, we've got a bunch of perk updates to share. Save the best for last. This perk indirectly became stronger when the successful basic attack cooldown was reduced some time ago. Certain killers can also circumvent the downside by using their special attack to injure the obsession. To tone it down and make it more consistent across all killers, we made the following changes. Each token grants a stackable 4%. Decreased successful basic attack cooldown was 5%. Oh, this next one. Two tokens are lost whenever the obsession loses a health state by any means. That's nasty. I wonder if this is gonna have like some weird interactions with like 40 people. Imagine the survivor obsession uses 40 people, and the killer just loses 2 stacks of say the best. We'll see. Grim Embrace. Grim Embrace blocks generated for a substantial duration. However, it only activates once and requires the killer to hook every survivor once. Yeah, it's a shit perk. It can be a little inconsistent and hard to activate. Therefore, we're adding a secondary effect on top of the existing effect. The first time each survivor is hooked, all generators are blocked for 8, 10, or 12 seconds. Once the killer moves at least 16 meters away from the hook. In addition to blocking every generator. Dude, this together with like deadlock. This together with deadlock. Calling it right now, you're gonna see a lot of Grim Embraces. This will ensure the killer is always able to get some value out of the perk, even if the last elusive survivor manages to evade them and reward killers who switch targets. That is good. Having perks like this that incentivizes hooking everybody is extremely good. Quick Gambit. The perks grants other survivors a repair speed boost when you're being chased nearby. However, its range is fairly low, making it difficult to get close enough for the other survivors to benefit from without also putting them in danger. We've increased the range to 36 meters. That's a lot. They've reduced the repair speed bonus to 3, 4, and 5%. Interesting. I wonder if we'll start seeing quick gambit players. Also, Hex Ruin. Hex Ruin is no longer disabled once a survivor is killed or sacrificed. Yeah, like Ruin is already weak as hell as it is. So yeah, like fair enough. Shadowborn. When blinded by enemies, gain... When blinded by any means, gain a 6, 8, or 10% haste effect for 10 seconds. Dude! That is so good! Like, I reckon Lightborn players will instead just slap on this. Just instead slap on this. Like, do you realize how insane this is? Dude, I always run flashbang. I think it's scared. Monitor and abuse. Likewise, the FOV altering effects of monitor and abuse are now unnecessarily considering the added FOV slider. Monitor and abuse allows for some interesting niche playstyles as is. So we simply remove the FOV adjustment of this perk and left the terror radius unchanged. Wait, they didn't give us anything to like make up for the FOV? Remake of the Ormond map. Alright. We have a bit more like loops and logs and stuff. Good stuff. This got a little bit lengthier than I was expecting, but hey. So, interesting. Like, I'd say as a mid-month patch, this is interesting. And rumors are we're also getting Alan Wake. Let's see. Like this. Like, before this is even uploaded, we'll have more information. So, like, this is gonna be my least relevant video I've ever done. No. Well, yes, maybe. But most of the chances will still be here. I'm not a Billy main, I'm not a Blight player. I am a Sadako main, as I said. I will be testing out Sadako, like live on PTB as soon as it goes live. I will make a follow-up videos, like giving my thoughts and opinions on her. What do you all feel about this patch? I think it's interesting. I think we're gonna see more Grim Embrace. I'm not sure. Damn, like I like Save the Best for Last. I'm not sure I like this change. Shadowborn insane, like insane. Yeah. I don't know. Let's see what happens. So everybody, thank you so much for watching. Catch me live right now on Twitch. And talk to you soon. Stay safe. Hope you've had a good start to the year and all of that. Until next time. Bye!